All right. A little bit of a different audio setup this week. Noticed some weird level issues with the little wireless one, so I'm going to need to troubleshoot those some more before trying to use them again. But I am wearing my quasi Playdate themed new Wolfpack hat, which I'm very excited about. My favorite music group currently. Actually going to go see them in New York in September, so that's pretty cool. And I've also got a nice array of yellow things out today to celebrate week 2 of season 2. I had a blast playing and streaming through Fulcrum Defender and Dig Dig Dino last week, as well as Blippo, which I think gets new content every week as well. I think they saw some Panic posted something about that, which is pretty cool. I don't know that we'll take a look at that today. We'll just see what the new games have in store for us. Maybe leave Blippo more of a mystery for you to dig into on your own, since there's so many different things to choose from. And we'll also see if we can get the Playdate audio levels a little bit better suited this week, since some of Dig Dig Dino kind of covered up what I was saying with my dramatic radio announcer voice trying to read the newspapers at the beginning of the game. But anyway, I'll just, since these are just here for aesthetic purposes, we can relocate some of this stuff. Slide up the keyboard. And speaking of keyboards, which I think I had hinted at last time I streamed, that we'd be doing a Font Awesome keyboard build. And I had said the following Tuesday, which turned out not to happen, but next Tuesday it is actually scheduled to happen. So next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, I think is the plan. On Font Awesome's Twitch, which is just font_awesome. I'll just throw it in here. If you're interested, come along. There'll be an email going out to all Pro and Pro Plus Font Awesome subscribers, I believe, talking about it. And we'll sit down and build a keyboard together, which will be really fun. But let's dive into Playdate. Let's zoom in a tad here. See what we got. And we'll also double check the audio levels to see. Uh-oh. What are you doing, mirror? There we go. Turns out if you hide the window in the background, oh, system update. This is perfect. We'll do that another time. But it turns out if you hide the Playdate mirror window in the background, it doesn't actually work through OBS anymore, which does make sense if I thought about it. But let's dive in and see what we got. We got our 2 brand new games. This looks like some kind of horror snowman situation, which I'm not 100% on. And then this is seeds, acorns, maybe a pea pod or something. We'll start at the top and see what we got. The Whiteout. Let me turn this up a tiny bit. Ooh, seems like it could be mysterious. Let's check it out. Woo, mature themes. All right. Let this be your content warning. Violence implies a suicide, features mature themes. Maybe not as happy-go-lucky as last week's games. Let's see what we got. Hello, Andrew. I just now looked at chat. Thanks for tuning in. Some events are timed. Figure out... Oh, I missed that one. Press the up button in the inventory window to switch between tabs. Some nice little helper text here. Let me turn this up again a little bit so that the light reflects off of it. There we go. You have to let me know how that audio is, if it's too loud under the voice or not. I don't want a repeat of last week. And try as I might, I tried to figure out ways to like reroute the audio through a different thing so that what I'm hearing is matching the level through OBS. And there was too much of a latency issue with that. So I'm just gonna wing it and see what we get. The Whiteout. Chapter 1, Wandering. 10 years since it started snowing. 10 years of wandering. 10 years of dead things. A forever of cold. If I stop, I'll freeze. If I stop, the frost starts to blossom, spreads like a cancer. It blooms everywhere, my feet, my hands, my heart, my thoughts. The only way forward is to keep moving, keep wandering. A forever of cold. Ooh. Now that is evocative. Oh. I'm hearing a sound issue on my end. Is anybody else hearing that? Sounds a little staticky. Let's pause real quick. Maybe that's a mirror streaming issue if it's like too taxing on the processor. Oh, that's a shame. Well, we'll see what happens anyway. Can't remember the last time I wasn't cold. It permeates everything. Even my bones are cold. The kids would pray for snow days, flushing ice cubes down the toilet, wearing their pajamas inside out. Kids. No audio from the game? Well, maybe that's a blessing because it sounds pretty staticky to me. I'll turn it up a little bit. It sounds like there's supposed to be like wind blowing. If it persists too much, I might stop playing. Or just turn the audio off for a time. Dead car, there might be something useful here. Just silence. That is wild. Maybe it's for the best. Clear the snow from the windows, get a look inside. It's always going to be something, right? Can't have a normal Playdate stream. Frozen corpse. The coat she's wearing did not save her, but it could help me. Need something to pry it open, huh? And I don't have anything in my inventory. Interesting. Let's see if we can find a crowbar or something. Back of the van's wide open. I don't know if this character is wearing sunglasses or not. Kind of looks like it, and with the coat and the beard and everything, it's really giving me like Kurt Russell in The Thing kind of vibes to me right now. Door's locked. I'll need a way to open it. I need things. How am I going to get in? Riveting streaming, I'll tell you what, this slow walking. Not carrying any items. Keep hearing noise in the ground. Did I step on something? Or is that some kind of status marker? Let's see. What do the other buttons on the D-pad do? Anything? No. There we go. Lug wrench. Perfect. So, could I break through the front? Jam it in the door. Can't get enough purchase. Why not? The back was already picked clean, right? Highway 78. I do really like the usage of this like dithered snowy circle around the character. It really makes it feel claustrophobic. There we go. Dark stain and a small hole in the coat over the breast pocket. Probably shot. carefully remove the coat. Excuse me. Can I open the hatch, or is that not a thing? Oh, I guess, okay, it's good to know to keep pressing A to keep searching things. I guess the exclamation point goes away when there's no more to do. Coat hanger. Maybe I can use that on the other vehicle. There we go. Mildew, stale smoke. Cigarette butts. Socket wrench under the seat. Take it all the same. So what can we do with that? I don't suppose that would let us clear away through the snow. With a socket wrench. That's not going to work. Yeah, no kidding. Can I just look at it? Oh, it just still wants me to use stuff. Wish I had a shovel. Hold on. This audio issue is really bothering me. I'm going to check something on this and be right back. Okay. I decided to try updating the Playdate system update that we didn't do initially, just to see if that would potentially address the issue. So in the meantime, let's chat. Speaking of good yellow things, like what I had out on my desk earlier, check this out. Yeti, the drinkware brand, actually just came out with a new yellow, like a new yellow wrap on a lot of their custom products. And so I got treated to a nice little new Font Awesome mug using some of our brand new icons that are going to be in a new icon pack with version 7 that I helped design, which I'm very excited for, including an alternate version of the logo that is there. So these are called Jelly, the icons, because they're all squishy. And I'm very excited to try this out. It's a little bit warmer yellow than some of their older stuff. I don't know that this will show up on camera at all, but yeah, you can barely tell the difference. In person, it's a little bit warmer. There's a little bit more orange in it, but it's very cool. It's really cool as well, especially when you work on a digital product, to be able to see stuff you've made like out in the real world and see how it actually works, and it's cool. Anyway, very excited to start using that. And now the Playdate has updated. So let's see if this works. We'll jump back into the whiteout and see if that helps with some of that audio crackling. Again, if nobody on the stream was hearing it, that's great. It was really driving me up a wall because it was like very distracting. You know, it sounded like a really old cassette tape that was having trouble and the tape was getting all crinkled or something. So we'll give this a go. Still sounding kind of crackly to me. Well, it is what it is. Though there was something in here about audio cues. What's that about? Let's see if that does anything. Oh, that's just a little history of all the messages. Cool. I don't know if I went very far this way from where I started. I feel like it's always a good idea to go left in these types of games where you typically are always moving right. Because a lot of times there's a little secret something. Nothing. But it's clear. Why can't I go this way? I'm not even going the speed limit. It's 55 miles an hour here. All right. Fine. If I end up being very bad at this and not being able to find the next thing, then we'll just move on to the next game. Oh, wait. I can take the sign out of the ground and use it as a shovel. Look at me. Big brain. Remove the bolts. There we go. Makeshift shovel. Let's move on down. To the snowbank. This is me for real in Western Michigan when the snow comes. I'm all bundled up. Torn holes in my gloves on the edges of the signpost. I'll need to replace them. No good out here in the tundra. Wonder if this is a... This seems like it must be like a post-apocalypse thing. The road becomes impassable just ahead. Now that, the shape of that state on the sign reminds me of Georgia. And if it's this snowy in Georgia, just a tad quiet? Okay, I'll turn it up a little bit. It is meant to be background anyway. So, if it is just an issue on my end, that's great. But anyway. That state silhouette reminds me of Georgia, and if it is this blizzardy in Georgia, then this may be like some kind of post-apocalypse climate disaster type thing. Exit 74 to Good Hope. Bit on the nose, really. Haven't had very much good or hope in a long, long time. All right. May as well try my luck on local roads. Okay, let's do it. Can I go back in case I miss? No sense going backwards. Okay, so I maybe didn't miss anything important by not seeing if I could go beyond the road. Gas station. Probably better inside. Old-fashioned gas pump. I must be in the middle of nowhere. Let's see what else is on the outside before we go in. Anything? Somebody have a fire here? Rabbit caught in a snare. I wonder who's around to set this. Oh no, already with the tough decisions. Listen, I have a real soft spot for bunnies. We've got some bunnies living in our yard who have definitely thrived more recently since our dog sadly passed away. But the bunnies have been living it up because there's nobody out there to scare them off. It's caught. Do I want to let it go? I'm going to let it go. I know I could probably eat that, but... Graveyard. Okay, let's not go too far down the way. Let's check out that gas station. Full service. Let's do it. Another dead place. Quiet. Cold. I miss coffee. Ooh, now we're getting a little bit of screen tearing. What is going on with the Playdate mirror today? Antique gas pumps, but a nice modern cash register. That's right. Money used to be important. Do not enter. Mechanics only. Exhaust oil and gas. The fate stink of old tires. Large tool chest, but there's something good in there. Countries used to be important too. Used to be. Battery powered radio. Wonder if it still works. Nothing is playing. Storage locker. Empty. Yeah, the sound is being delayed for me too. Okay. As much as I'm enjoying this so far, I think I need to stop because it is really not handling well on my Playdate mirror right now. So we're going to check out the second game, unfortunately. Maybe we'll see if we can go back. Wheelsprung. Maybe, hopefully they'll release an update for the Whiteout so it'll work better when it's being mirrored, or maybe it'll work just fine in normal handheld mode, but... right now, I cannot recommend playing it on Playdate Mirror. Let's check this one out. Oh, this might be a little loud now. All right. You have to let me know how that volume is. It's much more musical than just crackly wind whistling like the last game. This is rad. Let's try a tutorial. And see what we get. Throttle. Use the crank. Ooh, nice parallax. Nut shop. Going to the nut shop in a cargo bike. I rode a bike like this recently for the first time. Well, recently, back in March, when me and the family went to Amsterdam. And so we had our little 5-year-old sitting in a cargo bike just like this. And that bike was so freaking heavy. It was like, it seemed like full steel construction plus like the heavy wooden panels plus the kid. And like, it wasn't like this where it looks like it has a kind of a tricycle situation with like a front wheel on either side of the bucket. This was just one tiny little wheel out in front of the bucket. And it was so hard to steer. I felt like I was constantly apologizing to every Dutch person around me as we're like wobbling and like trying to get going. Got the handle on, got the hang of it eventually, but whew, I was fearing for my life for a little bit. Yeah, man, they got so many nuts. All right. This is the best day of my life. It's gonna be the best day of my life. I hope that this squirrel is actually just closer to the camera in the tree, because otherwise, if this is a human-sized anthropomorphic squirrel, this is gonna be terrifying. I love nuts. Yeah. Are they gonna take a bath with the nuts? Okay, the squirrel seems normal size. That's good. How can I get them fast before she's back? Ah! That could work. Yeah. Let's pick up some nuts. Press A to accelerate. Oh, geez. It's one of these type of things. Okay. Go. Gotta take it easy. Oh, it has my last version too. Well, that audio is crackling too. Jeez. That is very unfortunate. Ready. Of course, this also seems pretty graphic intensive too. Press B to brake, and then you go over the handlebars. Level complete. Great. Ready? Press to turn around. Oh, geez. Oh, no. Let's try that again. So don't want to go up the ramp quite yet. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm trying to see if it's the screen is tearing as badly on my little feed as it seems to be on my OBS screen. Yeah, it is. Yikes. Oh, there we go. Pro move. Yeah, it's in the really graphic intensive moments that it's doing that. So this is interesting. I'm actually going to try going out and playing something that we played last week and see if it does the same thing. So I'm going to go back to like Fulcrum Defender and see if we start having the same issues. And if not, then sad days for this week's games. Okay, music seems normal. Yeah, this is working fine. No screen tearing, no audio issues. So maybe we'll just play Fulcrum Defender instead of playing week 2 games. At least until they can update it. Of course, I know that being able to stream via mirror is not necessarily like the target for how games should run when for developers. Let me say that again without screwing it up. That is not the target experience for developers, is to have it run flawlessly through mirror. But it is a little bit sad. And I also didn't want to test them because I wanted to open them live on stream, because I think that's a fun part of the experience. But I have been playing this a little bit since last week as well. Because I also went to see, it was actually a week ago today, last Friday, I went to see the McElroy brothers do their My Brother and Me live show here in Grand Rapids. And so I was just sitting in my seat, and there's enough, the house lights aren't super bright, but there was enough of it for me to be able to just like chill in my seat and play Fulcrum Defender while I waited for the show to start, which was very fun. I saw some people looking like, what is that guy doing with that stack of Post-it notes or that piece of cheese? So I think we'll just play some Fulcrum Defender and then call it a day because... Oh no, did I already screw up? Oh no, I overheated. Woo-wee. Saved by my upgrade. Okay. I did go ahead and buy this soundtrack on Bandcamp as well because it's so good. It's great chill working music, which I think is a good idea for them to pair it with this game, considering how frantic this can get. But, all right. Probably go for another 8 minutes maybe. Oh geez, we're already getting there. We're already getting hectic. Oh, I'm pointing the wrong way. I wasn't even looking. I was fooled by my inverted shot from the wall. Goodness sakes. Oh, these little buggers. Ooh, explosions. We'll do the old bagel. It was really fun listening to the Playdate podcast episode last week about the development of this game. Like talking about the sound design and stuff especially, which was really cool. I'm interested. I might have to tune in later if Robot Spacer ends up streaming Playdate again this week, if he has some of these same issues or not that I've been having with audio issues today. Oh, nice. I didn't even have to lead that one. Hopefully it's not just me, because I might have to get my Playdate looked at. Or try something else with the screen sharing and mirror. I feel like when those little fast ones start going, you just gotta spray and pray a little bit. At least I do. I'm not good at like leading targets. All right, 2 shots and a spread. Let's do it. Let's get a line of death going on between. And I like that it still only uses like 1 bullet from the ammo clip over there on the left. I am glad too that it gives you that little warning when you're about to run out of ammo. Just kind of rotate a little bit, send off a shot. Ooh, big explosion. Let's get a new weapon. Let's get the Kestrel Fighter. Which is a fun one, but it really shows how bad I am at cranking. When it, like precision, when it really counts, that's kind of why I'm doing like a whole hand grip on it. Because if I just use the handle, I'm so imprecise. What is that? Oh, I guess it's just a big... Oh, that's one of the ones that makes other bad guys. I remember reading about them in the instructions. I don't know that I've encountered one. Or maybe I did and just blew it out before I really noticed. Get out of here. Ooh. I don't think I've had one of those explodey ones get too close to me yet. I wonder if they really knock out your shields or what. Small drone. Oh, that's around the... Let's do this one. Because I haven't had to use the Kestrel quite yet. Keep it for an emergency. Oh, I got distracted. I was looking at how my Playdate looked on camera. My vanity will be my undoing. Uh-oh. Missile time. Well, it does overlap with my shield. I don't think it hurt me, though. Maybe it has to be closer to the center. Or maybe the cloud affects, like if you were flying the Kestrel or something, if it couldn't pass through it. Frankly, I don't want to find out. Sure. Something I do wish, though, which maybe there isn't real estate for it. I know that there's the little indicators on the left and right of the D-pad for when you have extra weapons and their recharge rate. I also kind of wish there was an icon so I could remember which weapon was on which side, which there is only 3, which is helpful. But still, it might be nice to, if I, since like I hadn't used the Kestrel in a while, so I wasn't quite sure what side I'd put it on. It might be kind of nice to have a little reminder. But I also realized I could get real muddy real fast. Ooh, I got the big boy. Speed. Sure, why not? Ooh, that is much faster. Wow. Holy cow. Well, that one splits. That was a little weirdo. You win. All right. That seems like a good place to stop for this run. Nice to see something that actually functions well on Playdate Mirror. Which is a real bummer that the other ones weren't. It's wild that something like these are having issues, but stuff like Blippo, which is like full video, didn't have a problem last week. But you know what? What the hey? Let's use the rest of our time seeing what's new on Blippo. I know I said I wouldn't, but so we have to retune a little bit of a different position this week.
Wash it all down with video cola. Feel those bubbles clean the screen.
All right. Cubus.
Metallic rings which amplify our telecommunications into the distant cosmos. The brightest and most familiar objects in our sky are the twin moons, Ellen and Francine. European explorers first set foot on Francine generations ago. Ellen, assumed to be similarly drab, remains unexplored. Blip's hospitable climate and heady cocktail of biochemicals have made life abundant. Strangely, as far as we can tell, our planet is eerily similar to yours. Planet Blip is the perfect place for life as we know it. Yum.
Subspace lunchbox. What's for lunch? Surf and turf. Starwipe fossil bones.
Okay.
Algae beads.
Algae beads.
Nutritious. Sambayan shellfish. 1, 2, 3. Sand helps you digest.
Sand. I suppose if you have a gizzard or something, that might help. Small rocks.
Yummy, sea cucumber. It's a flavorful lunchbox featuring the best from the land and the best from the sea. We hope you'll give it a try. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your lunch.
Thank you, I will. Fleas and Fuzz movie. Well, let's see what the movie Maniacs is about.
Trillions terror at Ozone Beach.
All I need are tasty waves and total carnage.
Born and raised on the polluted beaches of Malibu, Gina was just your average teenage mutant before she bailed on a radioactive wave that transformed her into the mega babe of the Fighting Trillions. It's action, adventure, and excitement blasting at a pulse-pounding.
I hope they release music from Blippo as well.
Terror at
It's so fun.
Ozone Beach. It's another thrilling, action-packed adventure with the Fighting Trillions.
Morning, folks. Nina, get this.
Hit me.
You know how Patsy got me that new alarm clock?
Alien viewers, Blippo Plus has a new channel just for you.
Psychic weather.
It's reflecting on the clouds of consciousness. This is bathing us all in good energy. There's
They do have captions. I was just going to ask that.
rain.
I should have turned that on.
Pass. My
That's fun.
interpretation applies to all 11 signs on the SAT chart. We are here to notice and accept the good.
That's fantastic. I would expect nothing less from Panic, though. Panic is like
If you're
the
feeling
best.
peckish, may we make a suggestion? Snacks come alive, bring
Just white noise. Yeah, this is what the snow game sounded like to me in the background. It's funny looking at it on the screen versus looking at it here. Oh, the refresh rate is going nuts with the camera a little bit, but it's just like, woo. Looking at the Playdate screen version of it is like super trippy.
Rumbling sound. Oh no! It's a horde of blood-sucking Zingbats! They're bearing down on you!
Brunk will smite the Zingbats.
All right, your categories are oceanography, subspace harmonics, and stanzas and sonnets.
I'd like to smite the Zingbats with my knowledge of oceanography.
Brunk the Barbarian, your question. The Sambaean yachtsman Bruce Virillion was the first person to use molecular power to cross which body of water?
Is it the OLED Ocean?
That's correct. You smited the Zingbats with your broadsword. You live to challenge the Quizzard another day. Onward to your next adventure.
I would play that game for real. That looks rad.
Blippo here with all your bounciest news. So, how many billions of new eyeballs are on us now? You can bet Blippo Plus Senior Exec Lisa Duo is polishing her earrings. It's Sweeps Week in Space, and she's taking full advantage with a full slate of alien-centric programming on the new channel Salutation Station. Hi, aliens. And who's been tapped to represent Blip to the Great Beyond? How about Polypixel? We haven't seen Polly since her days as a music trio jockey on Microwave Theater.
I need to give more time.
Salutation Station's got your crash course in Blippian culture.
I need to give more time to Blippo, cause see if there's any like emerging narrative or themes and stuff that are kind of coming every week.
Welcome back to the Exquisite Telethon, the world's longest running literary experiment. Call in, share your soul. No stanzas too low.
Suggestion?
Oh man, that's fun. I'm gonna give Whiteout one more try. And if it screws up again, I'll probably end the stream. And just see how it goes. Maybe try to troubleshoot a little bit in the meantime before next Friday. If there's anything I can do on my end to mitigate, like, I don't know, processor intensive issues, I'll look into doing that. Make things a little bit smoother. Because yeah, this sounds on the menu, the music, perfectly fine. But now we got the screen tearing, a little bit of static. Okay. I'll have to play these ones on my own time. It even delays the sound a lot, weirdly. All right. Well, thanks anyway. If you have season 2, you might need to play these on your own, on your device, all by itself, since apparently it's having a little bit of a processor issue. But anyway, as I said, I'll try to troubleshoot that, see if we can get things sorted, and yeah, have a happy Friday. See ya.